Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR. The Senzo Meyiwa trial has resumed, and our search for the truth of what happened the night of Senzo's death continues. Today, I want to touch on a few things that came up in court which stood out this week. Let's get into it. Firstly, concerns over the Senzo Meyiwa docuseries were raised in court for the first time. Much like I theorized when I reviewed the documentary, both the state and defense suggested that the documentary would hinder the trial process and put potential witnesses at risk. Despite its widely publicized release, the South African legal system failed to intervene and prevent Netflix from releasing the documentary pending the completion of the trial. Even at this point, a court order to have the documentary removed pending the completion of the trial is an option they failed to pursue. But to raise this matter in court almost 3 months after the trial had begun is ridiculous. Another concern the defense and prosecutors had was the presence of the media house involved with the Senzo Meyiwa documentary, potentially shooting more footage for a follow-up documentary. The judge regardless would allow 1010 Studios to remain in court. Another big thing which came up in court was the concession by the chief forensic officer in Senzo's case that the crime scene might have been compromised. Advocate Tifo going on to raise questions over where Senzo actually died, suggesting that he died in that house and was already deceased when he was dropped off at the hospital. Now that is a direct contradiction of what we believe to be true, cause Senzo's friend in the documentary claims that him and Senzo's wife Mandisa rushed to the hospital when they got the call from Kelly, and his friend claimed that he saw Senzo alive when they arrived at the hospital. So I strongly believe that he was lying, because Advocate Tifo claims that Senzo died at Kelly's house and was only taken to the hospital to be dropped off at the hospital mortuary. The forensic officer also conceded that he only arrived at the scene 4 hours later, meaning that there was a lot of opportunity for the crime scene to be compromised. Someone in that house should have been responsible and called the police to report a shooting. But for all we know, they panicked and watched Senzo die instead of rushing him to the hospital and reporting the shooter. Something stinks in this case, and I trust that Advocate Tifo will get to the bottom of it, as he continues to insist that there's a police cover-up at play. It has to be said that court proceedings are moving forward with more purpose since the resumption of the trial. I will keep an eye on things and update you all with any relevant information pertaining to this case. This is ASR, Justice for Senzo.